of you might have done this at home if you saw it in Zoom, because this was filmed and left for you guys. Be that as it may, we're going to try and do some quick Haida art right now. If you would, I'm actually kind of motivated to do an eagle with you, but make a choice. So this is a Haida bowl that's in a tight circle, all right? It looks a little bit like a chipmunk, looks a little bit like other animals that are going to two legs. So this is the rear leg, this is the front leg. This is a Haida wolf. And I'm showing that it's an omnivore by having sharp teeth and flat teeth in the same mouth. That's how you would read some of these particular animals. I think, you know what, just to be consistent with the other two classes, we'll do this one. So please get out a red and a black pencil crayon. Those are the only colors we're going to use. I think some of you could get this done in 15 minutes. I think some of you are going to need to dig a little deep and put on your serious pants. So it's a red and a black, or even a red and a pencil at this stage. All right. And here we go. Please start with the red. I'm going to be working off Alex's table, Avery's table, and Farah's table. You guys got to keep up to them. If they're nodding, I'm moving on because that means they're done. All right, cool. So starting with a red, you know what? Put a little dot in the very center of your page. All right. This is a very traditional shape, and this is called an ovoid. All right. What we're going to do is a diagonal line no longer than your pinky finger to start off of that dot. So here's the dot, diagonal line no longer than your pinky finger, nodding, and I'm moving. Nods, nods, nods. Good. So on the sides, I'm coming up 2 straight lines, but these 2 straight lines are going to curve. It looks like a slice of bread, and if it looks like a slice of bread, you're doing it right. That's called an ovoid. We call it an ovoid. The internal shape constantly has a tendency of being thin in a section, thick in a section, and thin in a section. For the sake of speed, I'll be saying thin, thick, thin a lot. Thin, thick, thin, color it in, means the internal shape is not symmetrical. It's, in a sense, it's asymmetrical to the outside shape. But that's the thin, thick, thin, without trying to sound too messy. Once you've drawn this ovoid, and if you color it in, you're awesome. We'll move on. If you're nodding, I'm moving. Sweet. The next thing we're going to do is the head. As you can see, it's part ovoid, and it changes with the mouth. So check it. Little bit of space, and put a little dot in black right beside your ovoid. You're nodding, I'm moving. Great. About the same length, I'd like you to draw a straight horizontal line like that, about pinky finger long. About pinky finger long. It can go longer if need be. Nodding, moving. Cool. This one's a little tricky because it is an ovoid, but it kind of doesn't finish itself. So, yeah, take those off, please. So, this is right in the way of their view. So from here, guys, we'll go up, curving like it's going to be an ovoid, coming down before you get to the end for sure, right? So here the line's still going out, but then stop there, okay? And then we'll go thin, thick, thin, and then bring it back against itself and finish it off like that. If these touch, awesome. If these don't touch, awesome. Thin, thick, thin, color it in. Yes? The head? No, no, it's going to be that. That's okay. Cool. Pickles, if you're nodding, I'm moving. Great. Watch this. Inside here with my red, I'm going to draw a big frowny face, right? And then I'm going to turn it in to a little mushroom or what looks like a little cupcake. Okay? Call it whatever you want. Catherine, should I call it a cupcake or should I call it a mushroom? Cupcake it is. So cupcake here, and then inside the cupcake, I'll draw a little black circle, another little black circle. You can do whatever you would like there. This is going to be the eye of your wolf. Or a squirrel, or whatever you want to call it. We got to hurry, so if you're nodding, I'm moving. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw two little flat teeth and then one little pointy tooth. It's going to be the bottom row of teeth. So right here, watch this. So it's up, across, down, and then the same thing again. Check it. Okay? So if you need a close-up, it's up, across, down, thin, thick, thin. Okay? Do it twice. Same size. Now I'm noticing that my black line here isn't long enough because I want to do a sharp tooth at the end. So I'm just going to make mine a little bit longer. And then I'm going to do a pointy tooth at the front like that. So it's the very same except it's pointy. If you want to color those in, that's totally fine. If you don't, that's totally fine. If you're nodding, I'm moving. Cool. Check this specific detail out. I'm going to do the top row of teeth before I'm even going to do the top of the head, and it'll make sense. But see this tooth here? My top pointy tooth is going in front of it. It's going to be here. If it's even a little bit bigger, that's okay. And then behind it, I'm going to do the two flatties again. So thin, thick, thin, bing, bing, bing. In total, if you have 6 teeth, you're awesome. If you have more, well, you're awesome anyway, but all I got is 6. And ideally red. You'll notice there's this back and forth in Haida art where it's very typical to see red, black with a lot of white. Red, black, white, red, black, white. Because in terms of pigment, when they were making art 200 years ago, they didn't have a Michaels, they didn't have a Walmart. They had to make black out of charcoal and they had to make red out of berries or clay. Blood never worked because it turns brown when it dries. So it was mostly berries. So right here, what we're going to do is the nose. Check out the nose. Switch to black. I'm going to draw a line across the top of the teeth. And then I'm just going to draw a little lazy spiral. All right. And then thin, thick, thin, like so. Oh, yeah. Nice. If you're nodding, I'm moving. Cool. We're going to do the ear next. The ear could be pointy, the ear could be flat, the ear could be round. It's your choice. I just put it over here. So I'll pull this back a little bit so you can see better. Boop. So I'm going to go line. Maybe for this one, I'll just make a round. Line, thin, thick, thin. Color it in. We're really getting short on time, but that's okay. Yeah. Yeah. If you're nodding, I'm moving. Sweet. Grab your black. Say okay. 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 Okay, solid circle right here. Oop. Then. Then. Color. Then. All sorts of room for interesting stuff we can put in here and in here. We'll get back to that later. What we'll do next is we're going to do the front leg or the front paw or the front arm. If you're nodding, I'm moving on. Sweet. So just like this shape here, just like the teeth, we're going to go here, right at the top, right at this crucial point, down, across, and back, thin, thick, thin. Color. If you're a hustler, you could probably find time, maybe throw a little detail like that in there. To put another little ovoid shape in there just to kind of fill. Things like that will show up in those other circles and shapes as well. If you're nodding, I'm moving. Yep. Okay. Here's my favorite shape, the lazy S. It comes naturally because I'm a lazy person. Grab your red. So watch. Lazy S. Please draw it right there. And obviously, I'm not really a lazy person. I don't have time to be lazy. So from here, thin, thick, thin. Color it in. Sure. But let's go the other way. Oh, Jack. Fun to be a know-it-all. All right, cool. Check it. Draw, grab a black. If you're nodding, I'm moving. So draw a semicircle right there. Okie dokie. It's going to be the hand. So the semicircle is going to turn into one claw and back, two claws and back, three claws. Yeah, colored in. Yeah, sorry, we're out of time. All right, can we do it? We can do it. Okay, cool. Grab a red. If you're nodding or moving, cool. This shape right here, so we're gonna do it here. Watch. Up, across, down, thin, thick, thin. This is the back leg. If you want to, you could even put a little hollow right there. Holla. Holla, holla with holla. Right on. Tell her I miss her. Right on. So Farah's sister's name is Hala. And I always, whenever I would see her, I'd just say, holla, because I'm hollering. I'm holla. Yeah. All right. Bad joke, bad joke. Okay. Semicircle, claw one, claw two, claw three. I'll leave that for you guys to color it in. Oh, God. Thanks, Hala. Jenna, all of you. So, check it. Lazy Z. All right. Thin, thick, thin. Oh, geez, I'm on recess duty. We got to go. So, buckle up, buttercups. Pick up your stuff. Don't forget your laptop.